Speaker Johnson says Congress may deal with the courts, who are blocking Trump's agenda. Listen.
We do have authority over the federal courts, as you know. We can eliminate an entire district court. We have power funding over the courts and all these other things. But desperate times call for desperate measures, and Congress is going to act.
Counselor to the President, Alina Habba, joins me now. Alina, welcome back to the program. Always good to see you.
Good to see you.
The Speaker says he might eliminate courts that are blocking Trump. That's kind of draconian, isn't it? Isn't it going to get a lot of backlash?
I think what's draconian is what's currently happening. We're trying to do something in the executive branch, and all we're finding is rogue judges that are trying to stop it and go with one political message, which was not what was mandated by the American people. Do I think it's going to get backlash? Everything we do gets backlash. I don't know.
That's true.
You know, if there's a thing we could do that doesn't get backlash,
well,
and the things that they're trying to stop is cleaning up fraud and waste in our country so that we can balance our economic deficit. We can get our country back on track.
I got it.
And we can clean up a lot of things, right?
The media is going to extremes on this. A columnist in an op-ed in the New York Times says, you guys are going to war with the whole legal system.
Last I checked, it's been that way for 4 years. I stood with President Trump while they were going to war with him because they were trying to keep him out of running, and then he decided to run and they came down harder. They tried to put him in jail. So I'm not sure if they got the memo, but this is something we've been very used to. No, we are not going to war with anybody. We are trying to make America fantastic, make America strong, make it safe. And all these judges are doing is looking for loopholes to stop the president's agenda, which is completely inappropriate. They're talking about separation of powers. Well, what about the executive branch's authority? What about Article 2? They're not looking at the real constitutional basis for this, and instead they're wasting a lot of taxpayer dollars with these judges and having to go into court to get to where we're eventually going to be, and we'll take it all the way up.
Congressman Dan Goldman doesn't think much to the FBI's crackdown on the attacks on testers. He calls it, quote, political weaponizing of the Justice Department. Respond to that, Alina.
Is vandalism political? I don't think so. I don't think vandalism is political. I don't think having people fear for driving in their vehicles that they'll get, slashed tires or keyed is political. I think that's absolutely a crime. It's a crime that's existed way before Elon Musk and Doge, and those crimes will be prosecuted. The other problem we have is that there are political people coming out there and encouraging this kind of behavior. Now, that is also a crime. You cannot incite violence, and that's what we have been seeing. So, no, these crimes have existed in the law. They are going to be prosecuted. There's nothing political about it.
President Trump appointed you as the interim U.S. Attorney for New Jersey. What do you plan to do in your position in Jersey?
A lot, very quickly. As I've said, I think that New Jersey has been a little bit neglected. We do have a lot of crime in New Jersey. First and foremost, I'll be meeting with Pam Bondi shortly about my new role, and I'm excited. But we've got to get crime off the streets. That's number one. Number two, then we go to corruption. We do have a corrupt state, as you know. We look at Newark, we look at Camden, we look at certain parts of the state where you just know there is corruption that is running the streets and running, frankly, our politics. It just shouldn't happen. So we've got to clean it up. I'm excited to do it. I'm happy that President Trump has entrusted me with this role, and I'm looking forward to getting to New Jersey next week.
Next week, okay. That's where I live, so I'll be there to greet you. Alina, thank you very much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.